Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Wednesday. We're excited to bring you guys back for another episode of Convos with Dricka, where we bring on entrepreneurs, authors, CEOs who are winning in their particular industry. And we hear that you are the marketing GOAT, of course. So we definitely want to bring in Bree Chester, y'all. Let me tell y'all a little bit about my let me tell y'all about my best friend, okay? Don't play with it. Y'all ready? Bree
Yeah.
Chester. Brichester, are you excited to be here?
Yes. I haven't been
Well,
on
be back here
Convos.
because you haven't been here in
Yes.
a while because you've been here before, right?
Not
So,
since the first season.
yes, it's been 6 seasons in between.
I know, right? You came a
Oh
long,
my
long way,
God.
friend. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I didn't
Consistency
even
is key,
realize it
you
was
know?
that many seasons already.
I know. And I always used to think, like, how did people come up with their season? Like, when does your
Yeah,
season end? How do you come up with, okay, this is a new episode and things of that
right.
nature? I'm looking for your bio, but I
I
know
know.
everything I need to know about you on the slick
Right.
so I'm gonna wing it. I ain't
I
got time
saw
for
an
it.
email. Go ahead,
Listen,
freestyle for me.
listen, y'all. Let me tell y'all about Bree. Bree is the marketing GOAT. Okay. And why do I say that? Is because I've been working with her for years. She's been in PR. She has journalism experience. She has a degree in marketing and advertising. So she's been working on my businesses since almost 10 years now, like at least eight.
Yeah, okay.
And I say businesses, like y'all know her from working on Carter Capital, but she worked on Body Chaser. She's worked on Potent Pleasure. She's worked on Carter and Associates, Dricka M. Carter, Comma Convos, right? She's marketed for so many brands that I have built. So we build brands together, not only
Mhm.
within ourselves, within, just our businesses, but helping other people build brands. So if you want to take off from there and say, like, how did you get started? How did marketing become your niche? Because a lot of people get into marketing and think it's just graphics or it's just a logo. You know what I'm saying? So how would you say that you got started?
Well, if I when I really, really, really think about it, it's dated all the way back to like high school and middle school because I was always on like somebody's street team or promo team for the radio station. Like I was always creating little flyers for my friends' parties. Back when LimeWire was out, I was making the designs for like CDs that I was making for mixtapes. So I've always like had that
Not
creative
mixtape.
yes, I used to, girl. That was my first hustle, right in middle school. That was my first like real business. Is everybody would bring me they like songs they wanted on the CD, and I make them a mixtape. Maybe them little CDs was booming back in the day.
So you was the you
But
was the girl
then
burning CDs.
yeah, my mama used to take me to Sam's, and I go get the bulk size blank CDs, baby, hustling.
I see it.
I
Being an entrepreneur. Don't play with it.
been that. And it's crazy because I didn't have like anybody in my family who had a business or everybody had a profession or something like that. The closest thing to an entrepreneur was probably my Uncle Jimmy. He used to work on cars and like race cars. That was the closest thing to entrepreneurship that I knew.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So I've always had it in me and naturally. So like when I got to like high school, I was in different like oratorical contests and like just like I said, in the street teams and stuff like that. So my SGA like leader, she got me interested in public relations and um I started learning how to do press releases and stuff like that. And so as I migrated into college, that's how I ended up being a DJ on a radio station for my school. And I was on the like different committees for public relations for NAACP. My internship was with United Way, and that's when I really got in my bag about campaigns. Because we did a partnership with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, and we had to raise this money for like the books so that kids can get books from the time they born up until they turn 5. And they still had this program to this day. It still goes on. They call it the Girlfriend Gala. It's an amazing event, and we raised $67,000. And when I was like, all the work that it took to like put into a campaign that big, it was so inspiring because of the impact that we had on the community and just the state of Alabama. So that's like when I went to college, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do PR, I'm gonna do marketing, because if I could do that, you know what I'm saying, I can do it for like corporates that I love, other than like, internally. So people do have the misconception that marketing is just graphics, but it's so many different pillars of
Mm-hmm.
marketing. And then even still, marketing and public relations are two separate entities.
Right.
So my job in the universe is just trying to get people to understand that it's so many different elements within those two the entities that play a major factor in your business. And some people just think, oh, I just need sales, I just need sales. No, it's so many different levels to marketing and PR. So
So, like you say, marketing has so many different pillars, and I feel like we started out kind of catering to the small business, but in the
mhm,
realm, or not, I ain't even say the realm. I'm gonna say in the growth of our businesses, we started to gain corporate clients. We started to gain bigger businesses. We started to gain more established brands. How did you transition from being the graphics lady to like helping people get more brand visibility, helping people run their ads and learn their CRMs and their systems that they're incorporating in their businesses versus just always wanting flyers every month? Just letting them know, hey, there's other avenues that you can go. There's faceless brands out there, and you're the one trying to be the face of everything in your brand. And I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we think that we have to be the face of our brand. Or
mhm.
I'm coming out with this business, I'm the boss, I'm the CEO. Somebody got to
Right.
know me. They got to see me. They got to
My
know I'm the
name got
brand.
to
They got
be
to
in
know.
there.
And then you get overwhelmed, then you get burnt out. So how
Yeah.
did you like say, okay, I want to transition from the smaller brands because I don't want to burn out, you know?
Right. So it was naturally everybody's pain point, everybody's problem is that they needed the graphics so that could be a part of their business that they didn't have to like depend like rely on. Like that's a task that they can alleviate from themselves. Ultimately, in the beginning for me, most of them either had full-time jobs or was in school or had different responsibilities. So as a result, they needed marketing materials so that they wouldn't have to worry about creating content. A lot of people do understand that it takes a lot to create content. It's more than just a flyer. You got to think about what you want your message to be. You got to figure out about the imagery of it and the actual like scheme, or it's a really a strategic matter when it comes to creating it's something as simple as a flyer. So ultimately I was like, okay, my duty is to make it easy for you to spend more time in your business doing what you love rather than on your business doing the tasks that you don't like. So what we're going to do is we're going to handle it one time, and we're going to automate this system, and then that way all you got to do is just show up and make the sale, or just do what you actually love to do, which is it could be taxes, hair, makeup, whatever. You
Hmm.
started that business for a reason. So how can I help you make your systems automatic and autonomous so that you could just show up and do your thing? So that's how I ended up transitioning, and it was easier for me because I came from a background and worked with different corporations on multiple levels, especially coming from radio and going into publications, because I worked
Right.
with the leading publication for 3 years in Dallas and Houston. So I was familiar with different tasks that either just big corporate hospitals had to go through down to the small level insurance companies. So I was familiar with those things, and I was like, okay, this could make it a lot easier if you get a done for you service. Yeah, I'm gonna opt into that, and I'm gonna just you know what I'm saying,
Right.
show up, schedule it. Even then, I when I first started, I was doing the scheduling for them. So now my clients are comfortable saying, okay, I got my delivery package, schedule it, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna go about my day, and all we
Right.
got to do is show up for our meetings once a month and each quarter, and then keep it moving. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Is strategic planning all the way down to it.
So for the listeners that don't know what PR is, can you kind of break down what is PR? Because some people are like, okay, I thought I just needed a logo. I just thought I needed flyers. I thought I needed to pay somebody to consistently make this, or I needed to learn Canva, which you also teach, right? I was
Mhm.
one of those struggle clients that was like, I don't want to learn nothing else. And
Right.
we always laugh about that because now I'm like, guess what I did?
Yes, you
But
pop it.
what is PR? Like, can you elaborate on like when to get PR, when to start investing and looking at more brand visit, brand visibility? Why I can't, girl?
It's okay.
It's
Uh,
you know how to get into it because some people don't even know what PR is or why would I pay this person this amount of money for this or what.
So when you it the word is in it, it's really public. So public relations really just focuses on you maintaining like your brand reputation, and it really, if you break it down into four different aspects, I would say media relations, which is just doing interviews on podcasts, but doing article interviews, anything that relates to the media. The next thing I would say is like your social responsibility. Those are the things that you do within your community, and like different tactics that you use to give back to like environmental causes and social causes. So that could be like, oh, I use eco-friendly products. That can be used. Another thing with public relations is crisis management. A lot of people don't even think about that. When I worked in the largest publication, Hurricane Harvey hit, and a lot of those businesses, being that they some of the smaller businesses, they were affected, and they had to sell their business to do repairs on their homes. So the thing that they lacked was obviously crisis management. They didn't have a contingency plan, or those different plans in place in case of natural disasters, because we never know with the weather and stuff like that. So having crisis management, that is PR. You need to figure out, okay, if I'm having a low peak season, what can I do in my low peak season to still create that public perception and keep maintaining the brand awareness, right? And then I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, stakeholder engagement. That's basically still building trust with your stakeholders, such as like your investors or different people that volunteer, stuff like that, that play a pivotal part in your organization, your employees, and different stuff like that. So those four different factors play a major part in public relations. And while public relations and marketing, they share common like factors, and they,
Mm-hmm.
they piggyback off of each other. And what you got to understand is you can leverage your PR for your marketing. And I want to give you an example of
Yes, please give us an example.
because I'm like, I just told this in a call yesterday. Um, and I want to say I wrote it down. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Because I was like, oh, I gotta make that for Tip Tuesday. But since we missed Tip Tuesday down yesterday, I'm gonna tell y'all what I said. So PR and marketing, they have distinctive focuses and they work together to achieve common objectives. So when you create a PR campaign highlighting your company's initiative, you can enhance your company's brand reputation, while a marketing campaign will leverage that positive image to attract and retain customers. And the example that I used was, okay, Dricka. Okay, here go one off the top. Dricka did the not Black History, Back to School drive. That
Mm-hmm.
is considered public relations campaign because you're doing a community effort and you're building trust within your stakeholders, and all also creating crisis management because um
We know
you
that
need
parents
those.
need
Yeah,
help around school time because they just
right.
coming off the summer and y'all know kid like how Martin used to say Martin Luther Kid.
Yeah. So all of those things, we use that and we leverage that in her marketing campaign, as Carter Capital is a family oriented organization. We give back to community causes, and we help financial literacy to down the way, in ways for you to create generational wealth, right?
Right.
So we're leveraging her PR, and all of it is coexisting and having the same common factors. So
That
whereas
makes sense.
marketing is a whole nother, that's advertisement, that's
A whole
sales,
nother
that's,
beat.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, it got other factors within it. You got digital marketing, you got just product marketing, you got advertisement,
Guerrilla
you got
marketing.
sales. It's so many levels to each one of them, but people think that because they have similarities that they are the same. No, they just coexist together.
And for the listeners, you definitely can drop comments. We'll feel free to answer your questions live here. Make sure you share and invite. Be sure to follow both of us. Bree is Iconic Minds Inc. on all platforms, and I am Dricka M. Carter, as well as the show is Convos podcast. So, speaking of marketing, I gotta shout out the lip gloss that I'm wearing, which is Five Lip Gloss. So she's one of our sponsors this week. So shout out to Five Lip Gloss. Their slogan is "Be glossy, be flossy," which is really really
Okay.
cute because of, you want
Yes.
your lip gloss to be popping, right? And so I definitely wanted to shout out Five Lip Gloss, Five Cosmetics for her lip gloss that I'm wearing today, which is the clear. She also has nude, but definitely I'll drop the link in the comments and make sure y'all following that company as well. But back to Bree. Bree,
Mm-hmm.
talk about campaigns because we always want to do a photo shoot. And I had a conversation with a friend yesterday. Matter of fact, I was talking on the phone with Kay, and Kay was like, yeah, I need to do another photo shoot. I said, why? I said, you don't need another photo shoot. I said, you need to think about how you're going to use the photo shoots that you've already taken because sometimes we get caught up into the behind the scenes and making sure I have content of the content and
Yeah.
all of those things. And it's like you really never get nothing done because now you done took all the pictures, you done hired the graphic designer, you came up with the vision, and you execute nothing. So let's
You
talk
got all this
campaigns. And
material.
yes, you have all of the material. Like I just saw somebody the other day. I was like, I got over 20,000 pictures in my phone. Why? Right? And
I'm gonna
it's
be
like,
honest with you guys.
go ahead, go ahead.
I don't get it. Cause I know I told you last week that I had to back up my computer. Like this is important, y'all. Get y'all an external hard drive because
Oh,
Google Drive, all that, it ain't gonna always work. I mean, it's not gonna always be enough when you can get a drive or whatever. I backed up 5,000 files from Carter Capital folder last week, y'all. Five
it's me. I'm the
thousand.
problem. Oh, they said I'm the
No,
problem.
y'all, yo, we the problem. 'Cause we got videos and photos, and it's so much. But
You
when
have
it
so
comes to
much,
campaigns,
and most people get intimidated because it's like I don't know what to post or
how am I
Right.
gonna
And don't
figure
get me
out
wrong,
how to put
like
all this
before I
together?
understood content kind of is intimidating. Even like
Mhm.
going live is intimidating. Even
Very
trying
so.
to get people's attention is intimidating, right? And I think that so much so people are looking at marketing as, look, I don't have the mental space to do marketing right now. But if you don't market, you make no money, right? So marketing is supposed to equal money. If you're
Right.
marketing and it's not equaling money, there's a missing piece to that puzzle, right? And so even with Bree, like I told her, I was like, we can pause on the flyers because now we have enough content, we have enough flyers, I've sat on enough panels and enough stages to know that I just need to put it out there, but in a way that's
Hmm.
digestible, that it's not hopping all around for my clients
Right.
to understand that, yeah, I do a lot of things. Yeah, I wear many hats, but nothing goes undone. And I don't want it to look all over the place. And like me and Kate was just, talking, just joking. She was like, go look at my page, go do a brand audit right now. Because right now I just feel like it's all over the place. Like you see, I got this going on and I have umbrellas and I sell this and I do that. But I want to start telling the people about my other service, which is like planning, like coordinating. And I was like,
Hmm.
well, you can't just jump out there and post somebody wedding that you coordinated. You have to talk to the people about your transition from manual materials to being a coordinator, being the person that's behind the scenes that's sending your team in. Because think about it,
Right.
you coordinated Well Development Summit 1 and 2. You did the
Right.
decor, you did the favors, you did the VIP boxes, even Tulum, you did the VIP
We
boxes.
got so many testimonials
You have it all
already.
right. Like it's there. Yeah, we know you've been doing it, but this is not something that's not just like me saying, oh, I'm doing Texas, but I got t-shirts too. Like
Right.
I had to wear my t-shirts.
It's
I
a
had to
way
sell my
you
t-shirts.
position
Pivot.
it.
Yes,
Like,
it's a way to position and pivot. Yeah, talk to us about campaigns and how you pivot or introduce something else that you're trying to do to your audience. Because I think a lot of times people get caught up and it's like, nobody don't want to buy this from me, or I'm gonna just keep it behind the scenes or keep it word of mouth
right.
because I can't sit down and structure how I want this to go.
So, first things first, a lot of people try to be a one stop shop. And that's sort of kind of
Is
how
that
what we did.
bad? Because I like being a
It
one-stop
kind of
shop.
is because everybody is not your audience. So you trying to
Mm,
market all these different products, and everybody don't need all these different products, right? So you got to figure out, okay, so this audience needs this. This is their pain point, right? So you got to figure out who your target audience is to begin with. And first things first, before you even do all that, you need to figure out, is it going to be a personal brand or is it going to be a corporate brand? Because
mm,
those are two different things. So, and if we go back to talking about K, if I was K, I would position the event planning and coordination as a personal brand, and then leverage it to the Favor brand, which are that produces the materials for these events. So it's kind of like you got two businesses, but you can leverage each other off. So okay, y'all sitting at the K. But when it comes to campaigns and stuff, like you said, it has to be strategic. You got all this material, and we get so anxious that we like, oh, I just want to push it out. I just want to push it out. But no, the average campaign definitely takes anywhere between 60 to 90 days, if plus more than that. We always plan stuff the quarter before. It's a quarter in between whenever we try to launch, right? Because that gives you enough time to strategically plan like the imagery of it. It helps you have time to create your campaigns within that campaign. So there's the email marketing, there's your text message marketing, that's figuring out, okay, what models I'm gonna need, what props am I gonna need, photo shoots, where the location is. You have to figure out all these different factors, schedule them, get the materials back, because we having a problem with that these days. Is these photographers and the videographers don't want to get their materials after we done paid y'all. And we gotta wait for that to come back,
that's a
and then once
conversation for
y'all,
another day, eh?
that's a whole nother conversation. Because I mean, I've been seeing it all over the southeast region. Photographers, videographers,
Videographers.
send these folks their stuff. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. And we're gonna talk about it another day. But once you get all that material, you still gotta wait for the graphic designer to put all of it together. Then y'all put it all together. You still gotta market it. But in that time, you got all this content of you behind the scenes creating it. That's a whole piece of your marketing strategy that people skip. They just post a flyer, and then think that the sales supposed to reel in. Baby, I don't know nothing about this product that you're trying to sell me.
Talk
I don't
about it.
even know if you're established enough to give me this type of information. You just haven't
Hmm.
posted in 10 months, and then you just pop out with a product and I'm supposed to buy it. No, you have to create and maintain a relationship, and to attract and retain relationships. It's a relationship
Right.
building. So you gotta, get it in front of the people first. You know what I'm saying? Figure out who you talking to. Where are they? Are they even on Instagram? Are they even on Facebook? Are they even on LinkedIn? You know what I'm saying? Because if you are a business to business organization, of course you're gonna go to LinkedIn and possibly Facebook first, because
Hmm.
that's where most business owners are. Instagram isn't Instagram anymore. I just told somebody the other day, I was like, I wish Instagram was the same Instagram where we could just post a picture and be done. And we just come in and double tap. That's it. Like, I miss
Not
that
anymore.
Instagram.
Like Instagram is a whole. I think Instagram is the most used platform, and it's also the most hands-on platform. Like Instagram got us in a chokehold right now because it's
Yeah,
like I
it's like
want to
everybody want to be
celebrate.
done, but they won't leave.
Right. It's like the party over. They played the second line music, but we still outside talking. Like you know,
That's
it's how you know
exactly,
like
they
your
the
friend
toxic
and
ex.
y'all are talking, y'all at the barbecue, and it goes from in the outside barbecue, and then it's not, the mosquitoes out now, so we gonna go inside and continue the
Right.
barbecue. But now the food is going. Like I'm cleaning the kitchen, but you still here. Like and that's what I think is
You
so
ain't gotta
many
go
of
home,
us
but you got
that
it.
feel this way. Like I talked to so many different creatives in the past just week, and it was like, I'm just so over social media. I'm just so over all of this. And it's like, it's because you're trying to do all of them simultaneously, like you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad I didn't lose my train of thought on it because it stuck right there. And it was like you were saying, you trying to master LinkedIn, you're trying to be the jack of all trades, you're trying to do everything and be the one-stop shop, whereas you can master one, and then that same audience is
Ooh.
going to follow you on all of the others, right? Like right
Yeah,
now
because
I'm
that's what we do here
the
with Carter
communities
Capital.
I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So the communities
Mhm.
I'm in, or the communities that I've been in over the past 2 years, you know, some of the communities that I've invested in, and I leverage those opportunities. From there, I've gained text clients. From there, I've gained credit clients, podcast guest co-hosts, and all of those things from just connecting genuinely and, you know, showing my expertise. And I was able to teach a class and in two of them. I was able
Right,
to connect with people from all over the world, meet up, you know, like just connecting the dots and making sure that these people who I want to pivot from having from being my target audience. Because I think as startups too, one of the things I think back to is when we were startups, it was like I'm just gonna charge this price, right? Oh, and pricing is a
right.
sticky subject because nobody wants to talk about price. Everybody's just like, I ain't putting my price on my post. I ain't putting my price
Right.
on my website. You gotta fill out this form and you gotta do all these things just to see what the price is, only to find out
Nah.
that they can't afford it, right? But when we were startups, it was just like, oh, what are we doing? Okay, $40. Okay, $100. But that was without a goal in mind. That was just I just want to hit a sale. Your goal was to get a
Right.
sale
And we
versus
ain't
your
think about
goal
no
is to
overhead or nothing.
retain a client. And I think you have to revisit that and unlearn to relearn because your goal in business is to retain a client, not
Right.
just Bree don't want me to just come to her and get flyers.
No.
Bree want me to come to her for my entire brand presence, right? So that she can grow my brand, which she has, right? And I'm a walking,
And we're
living testimony. I'm
familiar
always
with each other too. It's a
exactly
relationship. It's literally
building the
your
relationship.
business is a relationship. And you have to maintain that relationship. You have to
Mhm.
nurture. You gotta speak their love language. So when we go to marketing, what's their love language? Is
That's
it
good.
videos? Is it mini commercials or reels? I could drop a blog and they can get the information that they need, or is it I can catch them in the email? You got to figure out, okay, how do I make this relationship work, and then how can I keep the outsiders out of our business and making up rumors. So that's where you go to media relations and public relations, because you got to put out that perception and show up as that expert so that people can't make false presumptions. And you also have to stay consistent. You can't start out here speaking one brand language and then start doing something else. You can't it's the saying, you can't introduce a vibe you can't maintain, or something like that.
Oh, don't introduce me to
Don't
no vibe you
introduce
can't maintain. Don't come
yeah.
over here
So
opening doors and then the next day you like, what's up, blowing the horn. You gotta get back
right.
out and open the door because now I'm accustomed to you open the door.
Right. And it's like, baby, yes. Your brand can start out, one way, and you perceiving it as this. And I'm like, okay, over here, this brand play trap music, and sometimes we curse a little bit, but we pray. Like, it's okay. That's my target audience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
That's
you
our
know,
target.
and then if they don't like it, they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, like, I saw something about, that it's like they were talking about Suka Honey, and it was like she has a target audience. Like, you cannot, you know what I'm saying? People love
You
that
can't hate
because
on it.
she's genuine. If you're genuine and you're authentic, people are going to flow to you naturally. It's just gonna naturally come for you. That's just like all the
People
good in the
say
world.
consistency is key, but I feel like authenticity is key because
Yes.
you wouldn't have to keep changing your vibe if it was your authentic vibe. Like people already know.
Right.
I say the first thing that's on my mind, whether it's
Right.
in person or online, I'm gonna say it. Like maybe I feel like, and I'm gonna be transparent, I feel like I used to be a little bit reserved just because of
Hmm.
what my perception of professionalism was. And I think
Right.
that coming from corporate, it kind of sets in and it kind of sets the tone a little bit in your business, and it's like, oh no, that's not professional, I can't do that. Oh no. And then it's like you really not being yourself because you're reserving everything that is you because it's not
Right.
quote unquote professional. But guess what, who who is the person that is determining what's professional and what's not? There's people that's making
Right.
millions of dollars that you might consider unprofessional,
Right.
but they getting the
That's so
job done.
true.
And you over here trying to
That's
be
so
so
true.
professional that it's not working out for you because you're trying to be so professional and so poised, and so it's just not working for your brand. So obviously isn't authentic.
I saw somebody. I'm gonna shout out one of my clients, Kim, and she said, "Y'all business owners got to stop saying boo after everything." Um, and then turn around and cancel the appointment. So yeah, y'all gotta stop with that. Hey boo, hey boo, 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 all that boo boo stuff. Stop it, like, cause it's a fraud. Like we know you onto some. Cause when I hear somebody ask me about a price and add boo on the end, I'm automatically side eye you, cause boo, you ain't finna get no discount, okay?
Hey
So yeah,
boo, hey
just show up
sis.
as your genuine, authentic self. Be real. Don't like. I have people that'll be real. Like, hey, it ain't in my bracket right now. What options do you have right now, readily available that can help me? You know what I'm saying? At least get a start until I'm financially able. It's simple as that. We are adults. All you have to do is just communicate. Communication
Right.
is important in a relationship, right? You building trust with somebody, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, communicate. Cause we can't read y'all mind. Okay.
So another question I have is, what should we be communicating? Because I know I always say it, like when you come to me, you should be ready. And most people feel like, oh, I can't come to you because I'm not ready. And it's not to scare you off, it's more to get your mindset ready for what we're about to do, because it's about to be a transformational experience when you work with me.
Right.
It's not just about saying, oh girl, you got your LLC, cool, you got your EIN, good. Now I'm about to file your taxes and keep filing the loss every year. I'm never educating you about taxes. I'm never telling you that you actually have to put money into your business bank account. I'm never telling you how to build business credit, and like vice versa. I'm your client, you my client. So you can kind of talk to the details of how we've grown. Like maybe initially I probably wasn't doing all of the things that I was supposed to be doing, as far as like
Right.
email campaigns and making sure that I show up and go live and bring educational posts outside of the content that you created for me for my business, right? And so people often feel like, what is it that I should be doing or learning or bringing to the table when I inquire on working with somebody, when I inquire on hiring a VA or a marketing agent or somebody to bring my business to the next level? Where should I be as the business owner before I bring on somebody onto the team?
I always say start with a SWOT analysis first. So you can establish, of course, what your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities and threats are, right? Um, in this case, like I said, you come completely authentic and true and just say, hey, this is where I am, this is my goal, how can you help, and if you can't help, who can redirect me to, right? It is, as far as our relationship, yes, in the beginning both of us had our processes and we were just really learning our processes as we were going with each other, right? And we sort of was like using each other as a test, because I can say, okay, the reason I transferred to Carter Capital for my tax services is because in the past, no one educated me on these things. I just knew I had to put that number on that W-2 and then come file them taxes the next year. Whereas the very first year that I transitioned to Carter Capital, I said, look, this is what I'm trying to do. This is, what happened. I'm trying to, like, create a different financial pathway. What can
Mhm.
we do? And she, created the steps for me and kind of, directed me as far as like bookkeeping and stuff like that. We started working on business credit. And once you have a plan in place, you have to have a plan in place. You just can't start without a plan. Like, I mean, yeah, you can have the idea, the outline, have the outline. Okay,
Right.
because everything started somewhere. We have 1,000,001 notebooks. Okay, you taking these sticky
You
notes and
telling
you
my
writing these
business.
ideas. Pull up them notes in your iPhone. I know you got them. Like, have a plan. You have to have a plan or idea in place. That's about as
This
best as I
word.
can say is have that initial ideal and plan in place, but also do your own research before you even go to these professionals. At least look at the basic minimal information about that service and what it actually entails, because like I said, people will come to me and say, oh, I just need a logo, or I just need a website real quick. No, because that's not, what all branding is. If we really being honest, I got, thousands of of brands that I've built over the years that aren't even still here. Because on average, most black businesses don't last past 18 months. Because why? You just want a logo and you just want a flyer, and then now you got a business. But no, you have to have a strategic plan on the front and the back end in order for you to be sustainable and to continue in business. Might not be, the highest of the high, but even in your lows, you still operate at a magnitude at which you are a full corporation. When it was just me, when it was, just no sales at all, I was still saying we, us.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Right.
walk and move as if you're already in that big tall building. Like you got to operate in it.
That's
It's a
true.
law of
And guess
attraction.
what? I want to say this too, since you mentioned that, because most people think that because you have a home based business, or because you don't have a corporate office, or because you don't have a suite or salon location, that you're not a big business.
No.
When the world shut down, when the pandemic happened and everybody had to, like, they were pushed into going virtual or going remote, right? It's like people were scrambling to try to figure out the system that's going to work for them, the how to transition and get everybody able, like how they were going to get computers for everybody that works for him. All of those things, right? All of those components that made those businesses thrive were up in the air
Right.
because people couldn't be around each other. But I feel like I was already prepared to go virtual because I was
Right.
already offering virtual services. Like I already had my mobile app. I already had clients that would email their taxes before, and that's when Texas was like my main product under that particular business. But I feel like most times we don't plan, like you said earlier too. So like all of these are points to what you're saying. But most people don't plan for the bad, they don't plan for the good, they don't plan for the indifferent. And so
Right.
every time they try to do something, it fails. Storefronts are not I'm successful because I have a storefront. So don't think that, oh, my business isn't a big business because I don't have a storefront, or don't feel ashamed if you have to go meet clients at a coffee shop. Don't feel ashamed if you have
A
to meet clients on the
library.
lake. You have the freedom and flexibility that your office can pop up anywhere. That's a different perspective, right?
That's a
And so if I
flex.
was to close my office location right now, right, which I'm not because it's a pillar for me, it's a pillar of the community,
It's a
and I still have
sensibility to
older
your
clients
clients
that
too.
like to
It's
come
just an
into, like,
advantage.
it's older people that like to come in, they like to schedule their meeting, they like to physically get their taxes printed out, they're over the digital stuff, they
Right.
want that one-on-one contact with the person that's handling their
Humanity.
numbers.
Yeah.
Storefronts are losing to me depending on the services offered. And it is true. Somebody said that in the
We
comment. It's true. I don't think that they're losing. I just think that you have to make sure that if you have a storefront, it is bringing in the profits that needs to be brought in versus you just saying, okay, well, for me, sometimes I work from home, but I have a storefront, right?
right.
So as long as somebody's there to take care of the business in the office, I'm cool. I can work from anywhere. I could have did this in the car if I needed to. But it's just a
Right.
matter of you making sure that whatever your business structure is working for your business. Don't just say, oh, I gotta go out and get a storefront. And I always have to drive this point home to tax offices because one, I have somebody on one end feeling like people want to come in. Did you give the people the other options that you have? Did you let the people know that you have a mobile app? Did you let the people know that they can fill out this form, your job form online? Did you let the people know that you have a website? You never even, like, it's clients that I service that I don't even have to physically talk to or meet because of my system that's in place, right?
Right.
It's like, okay, they submit their documents, they receive an email that's
This
confirming
year
it.
was so smooth. Oh my God. Because
Smooth,
we had
but
all the
it
processes.
took me time to get there. Like I had to do my
Right.
trial and error, and it's also I could even use the example of going from using my personal phone to getting a 1-800 number. I had to transition people from texting and calling my phone all day to, hey, this is the office number, or I'm not in town. You have to call the office. And they had to trust my judgment. They had to trust the people that I put into place. They had to trust my assistants that were going to give them the
But you
information.
built
They had
that
to
brand
trust
reputation from the jump.
exactly. Exactly. And that's the
and built
point. You
that
have to
trust.
plan and build. People don't want to plan and build anymore. They want a microwave brand or business, and they want funding tomorrow, and they want to go get a car in a business name the day after, and they want $100,000 loan the day after, and they want to receive refunds from their taxes after writing everything up. It's a trickle down effect because the gurus is telling y'all you got to do this and this and this, and then you can show up and you could be
I blame
successful. Tomorrow you'll get a
Instagram.
Birkin. Tomorrow you
I
got a
blame
Birkin.
Instagram, and that's why everybody hate Instagram right now because y'all be lying and telling people they can go get them a Benz after they open their first 5 revolving accounts, and that's not the
After you
case.
get two net 30s, you could go get a Benz and write it off and travel for free.
And now everybody hate Instagram.
What?
Wait,
Girl,
y'all.
Instagram is telling people to liquidate all your credit cards and make it look like your business is making money and put that money into your bank account and then go pay them cards off and then boom, you're gonna get a business loan.
Boy, wait. The
You drink water
Airbnbs,
because I'm
all this.
exhausted.
Y'all got
I'm
it. Y'all
exhausted.
is stressing me out in the internet world. That's why I don't be on there. I think I'm my one of my other clients that I had for a long time, like you. She was like, I'm gonna have to tell you your biggest flex is that you got under like 2,005 followers, but you done been a part of some of the biggest campaigns ever. Like you
So true.
all over, and I was like, yeah, and she was like, well, and then you sustain like your like home and everything off a at home business. Like it's possible, guys. Like
Hmm.
you can have under 2,000 followers and you can create the life that you live. I live a comfortable life. Like I get to do what I want to and move how I want to, and I love it here.
I think it's a misconception of followers equal funds. And I feel
Yeah, and
like
that's not the case
we've been saying that for
at
years. It's
all.
not the case. Your followers have to be converted to bring you the coins. The funds are
Yeah,
not going to just show up
you
with
can
the
have them
followers.
followers,
The
but
followers might have the funds, but how are you going to convince me that I got to give you my money?
hmm and what
How can you
campaign you got in
convince me
place
of
to
that?
reach them? Because some of this stuff ain't reaching like it used to reach. And let's be for real, I've been seeing some
Hmm.
some fire content that have low numbers, and it's not their fault. It's just the way the system is right now. So
So what do
what?
you think about this? Like even speaking of Instagram, like the trend, I feel like when we have a trend of entrepreneurs that are happy and thriving and showing that, it's like, oh, I love entrepreneurship. But when
Right.
entrepreneurs hit their slow season, you hear entrepreneurs saying, "Yo, it's gonna be all right. It's slow right now," and everybody jump on the bandwagon like, "Ooh, I'm tired too, and I'm sick of this too, or it's slow over
Yeah,
here
I
too,
hate
or in
seeing
this
it.
industry." And it's like it's entrepreneurship. There's days you're gonna make $10,000 in one day or 1 hour, or there's days that you're gonna make zero. I mean,
Right.
it's inevitable, but it's a matter of how do you manage the $10,000 day versus saying I
Right.
made 10 racks today. I'm going to board tomorrow.
Yeah. No. The capping gotta stop. First of all, the cap gotta stop. Because yeah, you made 10K, but you had some processing fees and you had to pay for your like
You have to
systems
pay
and
for your
all this stuff.
team.
So it's just like, come on now. Like
Hmm.
it's okay to like, show your achievements and I ain't never ever been the one to post like how much I done made on a day. Like, yeah, I might say, oh, I've had a 4 figure like contract from my couch
Hmm.
or something like that. But that's on some hee hee ha ha because that's just how I am. But it's to say, yes, you can comfortably be in your house and have systems in place to make a 4 figure deal on your couch on your off day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people just brag just to say, oh, I did this and then now I'm finna go get me a black bag of Chanel. No. But we all know that you don't have no like rug on your floor in your kitchen, like it's wet and sticky. Like go to Ross or something. You need to go to Ross. You do not need to go to Chanel
What?
store.
What, Bree?
Yes. Stays on the air mattresses and everything. Out here
Listen,
talking some black
let me
bag.
tell you something funny because I never really laugh at the L mattress story because I feel
Me
like
either.
it was a time when I was on the L mattress, like, and it
Mhm.
wasn't even about money. It was like, first of all, if you know, you know. Like, if you follow me, y'all know during that time I was posting like way a lot more. I think I'm more private now. It comes with maturity or whatever. But I feel like back then, like my old house, everybody knew inside and out what my house looked like what my kids was doing, what we was eating, what we was going, like they knew everything. And now when I moved, we sold everything before we bought this house. And we sold like literally everything. I think the only thing we kept was like TVs, and that's it. TVs and probably mattresses. So I was one of the people on a mattress, still going to work, still going hard every single day, like mid pandemic. And it didn't, I don't think, I think people laugh at the mattress thing because they feel like y'all looking up to people on a mattress, and like I was on a mattress making money. Like there's people on a
Yeah.
mattress making money. There's people on a mattress sacrificing. There's one of my friends living in Atlanta. She was like, "Girl, I'm never giving up my massage, my facial chair, because I had to sleep on this facial chair before." Like it's
Mhm.
reasons that mattress is building somebody while you sleeping in a bed and you might be miserable. So
Some
don't
of them ain't
don't
even
shit on the
humble
people
with the
that's sleeping
mattress
on a
though.
mattress. I love it. I love it.
I love that, but it's it is just some people that ain't humble on that dang on mattress. It's
It's
like,
not.
yeah,
It's the
it's
yeah.
bad, but baby, it could be worse. Like it could be a whole lot worse. And you gotta pick yourself up and you gonna go out there and get the bag. Like, why are you sitting in silence? And no, that's not gonna
And
get
I think
you
that's what brings on
anywhere.
the depression. I think so many people can't handle, like, okay, I'm having a bad day, a bad week.
You
Can
got
you
to
can
talk
you
to
sustain a
somebody.
bad month? Like, can you sustain a bad month? Can a bad month hit
I
you and you
remember
in
when
there
I
like
had
I'm about
bad
to
months and
go?
I would ball up in the bed, be not wanting to. But now it's a whole lot different. Like if I'm having a bad day, okay, boom, what we gonna go in here today? We gonna create some
What's the
content. We gonna do
solution?
something. What's the
Exactly.
solution? What happened? And this is the thing that I tell everybody: each month and each quarter, you need to look back on your last month and figure out, okay, what happened? Like what was going on? What was a high peak? What was my dry moments? Like what services can I alleviate completely because it's not getting any results? Or how can I reposition this product or
Yep.
service? Like you got to look at it each month. You can't just keep shooting out content, shooting out content, and then wondering why you're not getting no sales. Bro, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Don't just look at the what's in front of you. Look at the bigger picture.
Look
I
at
know
it
this month
now.
logos and branding services didn't do well for me. Okay, so next month this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reposition it and I'm gonna show the benefits of what websites and all that could do for my business or for business owners. Or I know people is coming out of tax season or haven't paid their taxes. I'm gonna drop this information for them because they do still got time to do their taxes before whatever they did. So you just got to reposition your stuff even in the lowest peak. Okay, houses ain't selling. How can I help people figure out the steps and processes to get prepared for when the market gets together or whatever? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Take those low
She
peak
just gave y'all
moments.
a plea for my realtors that's listening. I'm just saying, y'all
Everybody,
gotta
makeup,
and
hair,
see
everything.
you have to
Baby, if
listen.
I was a hairstylist, y'all ain't eating hard enough for me. Y'all
If
doing
you
the
was a
same
hairstylist, what
thing.
would you do?
Y'all
As a
ain't doing enough.
hairstylist, what would you be doing? Because we might have
Cause
some
I know
hairstylists listening. Our audience is very
it's so
well
broad.
rounded.
It's
It
very
is.
broad, and I love that.
It's
It's mainly service based, but the services are very, very broad. Like, yeah, yeah, I love that. But if I was a hairstylist, I feel like y'all ain't doing enough because the girls that's coming to y'all don't even know how to put their hair in a ponytail. I literally just heard somebody tell me that they was like, I used to didn't know how to put my hair in a ponytail, and then I saw it on TikTok. That's why I saw. She was like, I used to didn't
Let
know
me
how to
tell
put my
you,
hair in a
I'm so
ponytail,
lazy when it comes to
and
hair. It's bad. Like I'm so dependent because now like I just know, all right, I got this going on. Like even girl, right now, even when I have a speaking engagement or something, I'm like, oh, I got this going on. Let me text Ashley. Like I don't even look for nothing myself when it comes down to clothes, when it comes down to hair, because I know my style. I'm gonna buy something
mm,
comfortable. I'm not gonna buy nothing that's gonna be
right.
like, girl, that's a no, it's
That's
not
a
gonna be
whoop.
given that.
No, it's comfy,
I'm trying to be
cozy, comfy.
comfortable. If I could, I would wear slides on the stage. Like that's my persona though, right? It's not
Right.
Ashley's persona. Ashley is my stylist. She's going to bring forth what I need to look like on a stage. And so that
But you
goes
still gonna
into
bring
my
out your
brand presence.
personality in it. Yeah.
Exactly, but it goes
Oh,
into my brand presence. So you don't see me on every stage with a skirt. More than likely, I'm gonna have on shorts. I'm gonna have on a suit. I'm gonna have on something like that because I like to be comfortable. She knows that, and so she's not gonna put me in a skirt, and then I'm like trying to figure out how to stand. And you, because girl, you know, you be
yeah,
tomboyish. Like everybody not just, people
right.
look at it and it's like, oh, Dricka a girly girl. Dricka is not.
No,
Dricka is
we
not a
be
girly
thugging,
girl.
y'all.
Not doing
We
that.
really be thugging. We be
And
thugging
I
a little bit,
think
y'all.
people be feeling
But
like, oh, you dress so cute, your hair is always like this, is because the team gets me together.
mhm.
Like, I don't even be knowing
Strategic
what appointments. I'm
partnership.
like, Kristen, do I have an appointment? Dylan, do I have an appointment? I don't keep up with that part anymore. So, like you said earlier,
Right.
I have the freedom
Y'all,
and flexibility to be the CEO.
yes. I love
You
that
got to
for
get to
us.
that point. Like, I think people don't. First of all, you don't give yourself enough grace to get to that point. And when you do get to that point, it's like, what should I be delegating? What should I be focusing on? What should I be, worrying
You
about
should
on a
start with a
daily
task
basis?
that you don't like, that you hate the most, like the
No,
thing
I
that just
say I ain't
really
gonna say no, but I'm gonna say I
that.
always say start with the non-revenue generating tasks because it's
Yeah,
some stuff that you gotta do and you can't relinquish as the
yeah.
CEO. But some stuff you can. You have to trust the people that you're hiring. They have to
Mm-hmm.
deliver what you're hiring them to deliver, right? Like you don't want to order pizza and they bring you breadsticks. Where's my pizza?
Right. But yeah, definitely start with a task that you know like is the one that's draining you or taking the most time out of you actually doing what you're supposed to be doing and servicing your clients. Like, start there first. But again, it all goes into your strategic planning. And when you were talking about like, having your stylist and your, hair person and your photographer, all of those are considered strategic partnerships. All of it goes one and the same. Does this strategic partnership fit my brand reputation? Is it going to be suitable for, me going forward with this marketing campaign? And with your strategic partnerships, you can be, as tedious if you as you need to be. Because that's a relationship as well. And you can't come in here having somebody throw your balance off. You know what I'm saying? And putting their bad energies and stuff on you. Yeah. Oh wait, I can't hear you no, my friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before we switch and pivot into the game, do you have any other tips, tricks, or tools for anybody that's trying to build their brand or like market their brand or even with PR, like hiring PR? Do you have any tips for the business owners that are listening?
Mm, I just started messing with Chat GPT. At first I was just a Canva AI girl. But if I gotta update my Canva class. Hint hint wink wink. I'm dropping another part to it. And it's gonna be about the AI, but you can use the AI tools to help you figure out how to create content. So for example, you can ask them help me outline a marketing campaign for a new product release and then list the benefits for it and then ask them for their response. And even with Chat GPT, baby, they'll break down the captions for you. They'll break down the email marketing for you. It wrote my blog last week for me. Like I told them the points and the
Okay, Vlad.
SEO. Yes, you can actually be. You have to be specific. I say go on YouTube and look at ways to communicate with Chat GPT. And I literally told them the SEO keywords that I wanted to use, which ones needed to be used inside of the actual article and the materials that I wanted to cover. And I, use and this is another trick. This is the good one. So, whatever your topic is, right? Go on Google and type that topic in as if you were the consumer, right? Whatever the results are. There's you usually, it has those like 4 or 5 questions with like a drop down.
Mm-hmm.
Copy those questions and drop them in a Chat GPT and say, create me a SEO generating marketing campaign or marketing like topic, whatever the topic is. Ask them specifically to that SEO information. Answer those
Mm-hmm.
questions and it'll create you a whole little outline. But yeah, go on YouTube and look up how to have conversations with Chat GPT or Canva. Because Canva, that one is really, really good. All you gotta do is use the doc and then hit magic right, type in what you want or ask it a question, and it'll create you a whole outline. I'm
Girl,
talking
no, you're
about,
not giving the gems, and no,
yeah.
you're not
Go to
giving the
YouTube
gems on
University.
Convo. I just told y'all two tricks.
And
One
it's
was for
gonna help
YouTube, and the
you,
other one
it's
was
gonna help
for Canva.
make marketing a lot easier, and it's gonna help you communicate to your whoever your marketing agency you're working with, whether you're just working with a graphic designer. It helps us because just imagine us having multiple different clients in multiple different industries, and you saying, okay, I need marketing materials for this, and you're not giving any text, any images, like nothing. So that helps a lot by you coming in and saying, "Hey, I got this amount of information for you. Use it to your disposal." You know what I'm saying? And this is this is my brand image.
Hmm.
My focus target audience is going to be, African American. So, okay, I know I need to get imagery for African American, ages, blah 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 blah. So have that information before you go to your graphic designer, and don't just say, "Oh, here, make me a flyer and make it pop."
Another reason I say you gotta be ready. You
You
can't
got
just say,
it.
"Oh, Bree, I got an event in the yard,"
Right.
and Bree go find a picture of a
It's gonna
yard,
be a
and y'all like
brunch,
it.
and that's it.
But no, wait. Okay, so speaking of events, wait, I gotta play devil's advocate before we even get into the event. Can I play devil's advocate real
I'm
quick?
scared.
Because why you scared? Don't be scared. All right, so I gotta play devil's advocate. I feel like since we're talking about Chat GPT and AI, and even Canvas Magic, right? What about how we talked about how we initially started the conversation about your brand presence and your brand voice and all of these things? If this is not how you talk and you're letting AI start to talk for you, don't like you it's gonna confuse the audience because the
Yes,
audience is looking for this
please change it
poised
to your brand
person
language.
that is, if quote unquote professional from your caption because you use Chat GPT, and I get on the phone with you and it's
And you're like,
like,
"What's up, sis?"
yeah, okay, so yeah,
Yes, please, please
we
modify it to your brand language. Yes,
it has
please.
to speak in your voice. Like I think that it's a great tool to use, but it's also going to cause confusion across different industries. I really feel like it's going to affect copywriters. It's
Hmm.
already affecting the music industry. Now, oh, this is real good. You notice if you call your bank, depending on the bank, they now allow you to use voice recognition.
Oh yeah, my bank
Heard
definitely
that.
did
I
that.
don't like that either because I feel
Mhm.
like it's giving scam. Like,
Yeah.
because somebody can steal your voice and
And
log
I'm gonna
into
tell
your
you,
stuff.
I saw a little thing about that, like voice stealing thing, and this lady
Hmm.
was like, they hacked into her like ring light or something like that, and her son was at home by himself, and it hacked into his thing and used her voice and was like basically trying to get him to unlock the door and used her voice and was like, "Oh, I left my key. Can you unlock the door?" Yeah, that voice AI thing
I
is
don't like
terrifying to
it.
me.
It's so
Um,
scary. I heard a podcast, girl. I literally listened to a podcast of somebody's song, but they used Tupac and Biggie voice. I'm like, these people not
I said
like
they did a
that's
Rihanna one like that.
scary.
That's
That's scary.
terrifying.
I think that's gonna be. I think AI has its pros, but AI has its cons, just like everything else. So I just definitely had to throw that out there and play devil's advocate because I feel like so many people are so excited
That's why I was
about
so
it.
hesitant about using it, because I'm like, what's like the accuracy in it? And that's another thing too. Check the accuracy in the information that you get from Chat GPT.
Oh
You can't
yes,
just raw dog the information. Go over there and freaking cross reference and make sure that that's what they're supposed to mean. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
like, you just can't do that, because it'll tell you some information. Like, I remember one time I was working on one of the new books that we dropping, and I asked it to paraphrase information and give an example, and when it said it, and I was like, no, that ain't, I get what you're trying to say, but that ain't
That's
it.
not it.
Yeah, so like, yeah, that's how you know if you the expert or not, because if you out here, yeah. So Some of y'all
Yeah,
experts ain't
it can
experts.
get
They just
scary.
using the AI.
It can get scary, like using it. I just feel like, do your due diligence just like with anything else. It is a great tool to help you, but make sure it's in your voice. And I think this is my first time actually talking about it, but I've been thinking about it and I was like, yeah, it's some things that needs to
I
be
saw
worked
another
out
hack for that though.
on that end.
What's the app that you can use to paraphrase stuff?
What?
Dang, we used it before. It's an app. Nia told me about this app, and it's like you put the phrase in there, and it'll paraphrase it, like rewrite it for you.
Oh yeah, and she was like, you use it to put your to do your meetings.
Yes, yes. I cannot think of that app name. We're gonna find it out. Quillbot. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Kristen. That's it. So yeah, I know somebody had that hack where they took the AI information and they put it in Quillbot, and then they, modified it to their words. So that's another hack for you guys.
I
Yeah, yeah.
guess. I guess that's a good hack.
We just trying to
It's
make
good.
it easier. Work
We're
harder,
trying to
not
make it easier. Work smarter, not harder.
yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, Dylan said, wow, thanks for sharing. Thanks, Kristen. That was a great addition. Okay, so pivoting into, since we were speaking about events, let's talk World Development Summit. Number 4, that is happening this August, August 3rd through 7th.
The
You have been
second
with us every
international.
year for the past 4 years.
That's wow.
Man, like it's amazing, like just to see the growth of the event, just to see the growth of us as entrepreneurs, just to see the growth of the entrepreneurs that we impact every single year and how they start businesses, how they grow these businesses, how they come back with their testimonials and let us know what the return on their initial 4-figure investment to travel, to get to chill, to learn different skills, to build wealth and like start a business. Sometimes they go back and start businesses with their partners. And
It's
just tell
so
me
good.
your experience. I can't say from being a participant and a panelist because you've been a panelist each year, but just tell me your experience of being a panelist, each a keynote speaker every single year for Wealth Development Summit. And now we're going to Toronto. Just bring us through that journey.
Um, my favorite thing about it is that I didn't know what to expect. I don't know. It just blow my mind like how far, because you gotta think about it. We started this in the middle of the pandemic. Okay, y'all. It was the middle
Was
of the
it?
pandemic. Yes, it was
It was like no,
2020,
it was like
bro.
pre-pandemic. It was like right pre-pandemic.
No, fam. I when my baby was born January 2020. My 6 weeks up, that's when the world shut down. That was like, yeah, February. We started talking about this summertime ish, and it happened what, August?
The first one was
Wasn't it
the first
August?
one was around November-ish.
Yeah, it was fall. So we started working on it in the
Yeah.
summer of the pandemic while we still in the house. And I'm like, this is the craziest idea ever. We're sitting here in this house and you talk about get all us in one location.
It's like soul food. Get
What?
the family together.
So you want me? I'm gonna risk my life for you because
Big
I
Mama
live my
had
life
a
for the
wish.
line for you.
Big Mama had a wish.
This is insane,
She
man.
had to do Sunday dinner.
But no, for real. I did not know what I was rolling into because I drove every year except for international. But yeah, I drove there and I'm like, I don't know what I'm getting to it. Then I pull up to the house and it was like, oh, 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 okay, like that. But yes, it was a big old mansion, y'all. I was not expecting it. I don't know what I was expecting. I really did. And so just seeing all the people come up and they were so excited, like just to
Mhm.
get this information. And honestly, even though we had worked on the plan for it, I literally still didn't know what to expect because I have never been like a part of something at that magnitude in a while, because
Mhm.
I had been out of corporate America for a while. So to be a part of something again after taking such a hiatus, it was like, oh my god, I'm nervous. I don't know if this gonna work out. And I was the I felt like I was over prepared because I had like note cards, y'all. I had my computer
You
presentation.
was trying to be so professional. You
I
was
was
like them
trying
people.
so hard. And then when I got up there, I was like, and I was myself. So it's just like I didn't even use none of the cards, y'all. I just went and like free flowed and I was able to get back in my element because of the
Mhm.
energies that was in the room. People that actually wanted the information and they were asking questions. And Dricka was back there. Anybody got more questions? And you got a question? I think she might have a question of like, we was making sure that they got the information that they
Right.
came for. And
Wait, so
so
before you go on to year two, right? We still on year one. So
mhm,
after year one, after you getting all of your jitters out, after you actually saying, okay, I did this and I started to gain clients from this, right? And then
mhm,
I ain't even talking about the part where after when we discussed what we were gonna do next, right? I mean,
yeah.
like how had it impacted your business from being
On
on
the
that
spot.
stage? Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the moment I stepped in that house, I was gaining customer relationships because one of your franchise owners, that's what we connected right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just me being my authentic self. I
Mm-hmm.
had never like met any other team as well. And everybody was just like so inviting, the hospitality, the family, making sure that everybody was staying on task. But the moment I literally stepped through the threshold of the house, I created customer relationships and I did walk away from the actual event with clients right then, like people that was booking while we were sitting, in the
In the
different
setting, right.
yeah, so it in that moment I was like, "Oh, this is real." Like, what I'm saying? Because I had just started my business back up after having my daughter, so I was just,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, okay, we're gonna hit the ground. We're gonna really get to running this time." So, yeah, it was just like a tap on the back, like, "Yeah, go ahead, wake up, sis. We about to go." And so, after the first year, it's just like Drake was like, "Okay, we're gonna do it again."
So after the first of all, after the first year, I was like, "Yo, we gotta take this shit on the road.
On the
Like, we about
road,
to do."
like.
I'm like, "We have to take it on the road." Everybody was like, "You crazy? Like, we just did this in New Orleans like yesterday." Well, that was
You
way when
think,
it was still 2 days.
yeah, it was 2 days, and we was like, "You think you can pull this off in a whole nother state? We don't know nobody in here.
I'm like,
Like,
yeah,
how we gonna do that?" I think that was the only thing was like, "How we gonna do that?" And
the
shoot,
struggle was
Kay,
real.
all of us was like, "Okay, we got the U-Haul doing it." Like, we like it was strategic planning. Okay, strategic
For
planning.
a
We
whole
started like
year.
literally
A
a
whole
whole
another
year
year.
of
But we
planning.
started like right then and there. Like we started gathering a
Mhm.
panel. We started getting the colors. Like in the year one, we didn't even have colors and
No,
themes
we didn't have
and
a theme.
welcome
We didn't
night.
do nothing. It
We
was
didn't
just
have none of
regular
that.
degular show up.
It was like y'all get here, make sure you in your brand colors. But that also kind of like even with year one, it kind of made business owners consider what their brand needed because they said, "Oh, I
Mhm.
gotta get branding. That means I need to get a shirt with my business name on it. I need to come up with a logo that's gonna
That
stick
pushed me
and
even
stand out with
further
my business."
because people started
That
needing print.
they needed everything. They needed everything to make their business a legit business and to go into tax season. Because I think initially it was all tax preparers, and then
Yeah.
the following years we started inviting other industries in, and so being able to service so many industries, and we say we got to take this thing on the road and then take it to Tennessee. How was your experience going from okay, we did local. Now we traveling because I really the reason why I really wanted to take it on the road was I felt like people already had traveled here. So I'm like, if people driving here, people flying here, they'll
Then
fly
why can't we go
anywhere.
somewhere else? Yeah.
They'll fly somewhere else. I'm like, who want to come to New Orleans? Like, it's not like we're going on vacation. We taking them in the French Quarter. We doing this. We was at a mansion. We had y'all meet at an undisclosed
The
location. Hop
vibes.
on the van. I mean, hop on the charter bus. The bus brought you to the mansion. Your car wasn't there, so it was no way for you to leave. You had to experience everything with us: breakfast, lunch, dinner, marketing, banking, insurance. What else we had in
But I think like,
advertising,
the first
branding,
year
digital, all of that.
they enjoyed the exclusivity of it. Like the structure and the exclusivity was one of the major factors for the first year. The
Mm-hmm.
second year, I feel like it was more of like connecting and creating like a next level experience, like actually like making it interactive and getting in the crowd and creating more experience outside of the actual conference. Like we had so many pivotal moments throughout that weekend. Like Lady Finance came in there and turned the party up on us. Refundo dropping gems. Like we actually had our first, corporate organization other than
That's
the
true.
other bank that before
Yeah,
that, but to
definitely.
have like something on the magnitude of Refundo, that was
Hmm.
like wow, you know what I'm saying? Um and then we had the chef catering every meal again. It was top tier. The hotel, everything, it was just like the whole experience was a whole nother level. So
Us
you
walking up the
know
street with bears.
yes, insane.
It was just one in a lifetime experiences. The
Yeah, it was
moonshine,
definitely an
yeah, it was a lot.
experience. Kiddo
Tennessee
say
was
we went
different
to a retreat in the mountains and seen bears and stuff.
with black people.
Um, with black people, and they thought we was probably like contrib billionaires and stuff in there. Like they didn't know what kind of we just they was like, oh, wealth conference at our resort, like we know, what I'm saying. They was treating us like royalty, and I love that for us.
Yes, for real. It was like that was only the beginning. So we did that. It took it next level, and then
And
we
after that,
decided, yo, we gotta go bigger
yeah,
because from there I started being asked, okay, so if I came to year one and I came to year two, what should I expect that's going to be different in year three? Because
put both of
year
them
three was
together.
the year where we added excursions and we added it wasn't just all about the conference and the retreat side of it. Like even year two, we added yoga. We was doing yoga
Right.
every morning. And I feel like that was something that helped people start to gain clarity about their morning routine. Like they don't spend time with themselves. They just wake up and start doing everything that they need to do for the day
And then
and for
we
everybody
actually,
else and for their
uh,
clients and for their kids and for their spouses and for their friends and answering
mhm.
texts and answering emails and answer. It's so many things that you jump into in the first part of your day when you never spend time with yourself. You never spend time with a higher power. You don't meditate. You don't journal. You don't sit down and do a devotional or read or whatever. Just taking some time for yourself away from everything and everybody. And I think that was another component that we added, as well as making sure that business owners had life insurance. Like we
Right.
building
That was the foundation
businesses
one.
and
That one was
making
about
sure that we
foundation.
quote unquote bringing generational wealth, but you ain't even got life insurance. Like if something happened to you tomorrow or today, your family is gonna be saying,
We
well,
dropping
yeah, I know
fish.
she claimed she was rich, but we need y'all to buy these $12 supper plates. That is not adding up. That's not,
That's
you don't
not
want your
it.
brand to die when you die. You don't want your brand to go out like,
You do not
girl,
want
why
your
would she
brand on
have
a
her
fish plate.
mama doing a supper plate? And she just was telling us that she was making 6 and 7 figures. Like we had to bring it to reality. And I'm talking about that year we had tears. We had people saying, I want to get my life insurance right now today. I want to understand what
On
type
the
of life
spot.
insurance I need as a business
They was
owner.
doing
I want
insurance
to start
on the
selling
spot.
life insurance. I want to start my tax company. I want to get funding. Like it was people doing things right then and there on the spot in Tennessee, which brought us to Loom and people saying, how can we go bigger? How can we go better? And what am I expecting next year if I came here and I already got the market and I already connected with Bree and I already hired Bree and I got the advertising part and I got the PR piece and I started my tax company and I understand all of these things, but what's next? What do I take?
Right.
What steps do I need to take to get to the next level? And so we had to go back to the drawing board and say, they right. We can't come up here and keep
Right.
on
We
telling
can't come in
people
here with the
get an
same answer.
LLC and get a business account and add money and have separate accounts and don't commingle funds. It's something deeper, right? And
Yeah.
we knew that there was a disconnect from people coming into that event and not being able to maintain or sustain or even grow. So we knew
Yeah.
that
I
year
feel
three.
like that like year two was the foundation of you and your business. So it's like solidifying like routines, like you said. We had
Mhm.
the foundations of life insurance. We had branding versus marketing, understanding those the
That
two
was
different
dope.
things. Understanding your digital real estate. We had Neil talking about the websites and understand like your external your external real estate. We had, the home girl in there talking about, locations and stuff like that. So we talked about the foundation, and then year 3 was both of them put together. It was like exclusivity, but then how are we gonna actually apply ourselves, Smokey? Like what can we do to make this fluent and profitable? You know what I'm saying? So we had, to take it up another notch, and we had to jump out the gate with the mindset. And like Bruce really got into us. Like he was like, y'all emotionally eating. And I'm like, well, sir, these supposed to be stressing me out. And at the end of the day, a Snicker bar might make me feel better. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But he helped us
Emotional eating.
understand.
He got us together with that
He
emotional
got us
eating.
together real bad, y'all, like real bad. And then Auntie Net came in there and was like, okay, y'all got to change our perspective and stuff like that. And I like that we applied the mental health part of it, because that's a part that a lot of us, and I'll say a lot of, we're not talking about it on social media. They just showing
I
the
think
win.
that right,
And we was
right.
actually genuine, like we had genuine authentic people that had backgrounds in, degrees and experience and certifications in this
Social work and
information, letting
therapy
us
and
know,
mental
okay,
health.
health is wealth. If you can't walk away from your business right now, like leave out your office right now, and your business can't still keep going and be sustainable, then you have no
You,
business. You just
you're a
have,
slave to your
you're an
business.
employee. You're an
You're a
employee.
slave to your business.
Yeah. And one of my mentors was like, look, if you was to go in the hospital today because your business still flow, and then like for me, after last year, Tulum, I got like really, really sick. And um thank God I had SOPs and automations and workflows in place, because I was still able to retain clients and they can onboard. But the thing where mine was halted is that I physically do
Couldn't design.
the campaigns. I create the designs, I speak with them and have these meetings and stuff like that. So physically I wasn't able to, but it was, it stopped. So now, knowing that, I have to figure
Mhm.
out a contingency plan in place for situations like that. And I have to have SOPs in place for the employees that are going to take over that. You know what I'm saying? So I have to figure that out for myself. We live and we learn from these experience. So
Right,
like I said, for year 3, it was just a lot of mindset and automating and just figuring strategic marketing strategies that can help you, while also creating multiple other avenues for you with the extra money that you gonna get from having everything free flowing. So it's like all of it works together. So this year I just feel like it's a whole nother magnitude, because we got the multiple streams, but it's like, how do you be successful in those streams? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't talk about
it's a part of that, and it's also, I think last year again we learned too. A piece of that is one, you the contingency plan part of it. Like most people's contingency plan is basically them saying, "Oh, I'm building generational wealth." But what if the generation behind you don't want to run that business, right?
right.
And so you're
How do
building
you
this business for
transition it
somebody
to a
who does
public
not want
company?
this business, who made all of the hard work that you've done sell this business and for less than what it's valued at, right? So
Right,
we're talking this year about valuation, about exit strategies, about being able to build the business up to where you can sell it. Everybody's plan is not generational wealth. And I think
right,
that needs to be honed in on a little bit more. I feel like people hear these words but don't know what they really actually mean. And like when we was talking the other day, and Jenny was like, I want my children's children to live off the decisions that I'm making today. Like I want
right,
infinite success in my business. I want the freedom and flexibility of infinite success, because I want, if I leave out today or tomorrow, my business isn't dying with me. This
right,
life insurance plan can help and make my family rich and not burden them with my business bills, and not, you still not burden them
right.
with my business at all. And I feel like that's what we bring into the table this year with
Hmm.
the level and the capacity of the speakers that we bring into the table. Everybody knows real estate equals wealth. We
Right.
don't even have, that's not even up for discussion. We know taxes is recession proof. We know all of these things, but is your tax business structured to be recession proof? Is your
Right.
service-based company structured to be recession-proof? Is your product-based e-commerce brand structured to be recession-proof? Are you able to not be materially invested in your business and make passive income to build wealth? Are you able to connect with somebody that can help you start to be a real estate developer or an Airbnb host or a short-term rental property manager, right? What are the things that you're putting in place in your business to start another business? Do you have the capacity to start another business?
What's
Are you
next?
mentally stable, financially stable? Where do you want to start this business? Who are your ideal clientele? Those are the things that we'll be covering. What systems you need in place to grow your business and to scale your business, not just grow, because we could grow, right?
Yeah. And
And
you could
not be
be a
scaling,
mess.
right? And some people think that making more money is scaling. It's not, because
It's
essentially, if you
not.
know you haven't made this amount of money before, you're not gonna just wake up and say, okay, now I can manage $1 million when you weren't able to manage $1,000 a day, $10,000 a day, a
It's the
hundred thousand
truth.
dollars a month. You're not gonna wake up and magically know how to manage. So those are the things that we're covering: accounting, bookkeeping, taxes. That's essential to business growth. Most businesses fail within the first 2 to 5 years. Most people don't make it to the next year if they don't have a good year in year one. They like,
Baby,
man, they
the state of
can't make it to the
Alabama
next one
didn't
if
make
they
it
can give me a
18
job,
months.
right? You got to
Do your
think
market
about all of
research.
those factors.
Do your market research. Okay? Do y'all market research. Because I know when I looked at the state of Alabama, they not making it past 18 months. That's black businesses.
Months?
However, the state of Alabama gave away $67 billion in like business funding last year.
Mhm.
Come on now, y'all. It's the money
Man,
out there.
last year before Tulum, no, before New York, before I did the B&B brunch last year, before I spoke at the B&B brunch last year, we had, I think it was like 4.2 or 4.3 billion, no, million businesses funded. 4.2 million of funded businesses, right? This is to keep you afloat. This is not for you
Right.
to say, okay, I'm at wit's end, now I need funding, or my credit is shot, now I need to start building my business credit. So let me get some of this funding, or let me get some of these grants, and wonder why you're getting denied. Some grants check your credit.
Right.
Some
I
Most
learned that.
loans check your credit. And if you are applying for something, they're going to say you're not going to spend this money how you saying, how you listed on this grant application, because clearly you cannot manage money.
Right.
Clearly, you cannot set a budget and tell me what you're going to use this money for. So you're
You
going to
don't
get a
even have a
denial.
plan.
You don't
You
have
don't
a
even you can't
plan. You
even give
can't
a
show me your
business
business
plan.
plan.
How you gonna go ask for a
You
business loan with no business
No
plan?
business plan. And you think that, oh, a business plan is essential. I just need an Instagram. That is not replacing your business plan. Your
No.
content is not replacing your business plan. And you wondering why this not working. Or you need to come out with another product, or come out with another service, or drop something else, or do another photo shoot, or another campaign, or
Don't
another
do
launch.
not another
And
nail,
that is not
nothing.
going to equate to more money. This is why you need to be at World Development Summit 4 in Toronto, Canada, because we're breaking these things down. We've done it all these years.
And
We've
I'm
helped
gonna do
people
what
open
even
so many
better.
businesses, and not just open these businesses. These businesses are growing, thriving, and now they're at the point where they're ready to scale and they're ready to systemize their business.
The problem is
What's the problem,
people
Bree?
think when they start a business, they just think that their family's supposed to support them and they just supposed to post it on a Facebook personal page, right? But what I'm gonna start back. So first year I talked
Stressing me
about
out with the
what
family
branding.
support.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the 99 tags in a second.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so the first year I talked about just the foundations of branding, what branding is, brand image, all that. Second
Mm-hmm,
year I talked about the difference between branding versus marketing with K.
mm-hmm.
Last year we did marketing strategies, like how to create strategic marketing plans, right? So this year we talking about how you well the name of my segment is I'm local but my money global.
Okay,
So we're
Candy.
thinking about growth marketing strategies. Yes, we're gonna talk about growth marketing strategies.
I'm global. I'm worldwide.
I'm local, but my money global. You
Let's
understand
go. I
me?
like
Like
that.
people have the perception that oh my city not supporting me, blah blah blah. Baby, baby, let me tell you, Birmingham, Alabama, that's where I was raised since I was 2 years old. They have
Mm-hmm.
always been my lowest percentage in
Of clients.
sales, lowest of the lowest. I probably have 5 active Alabamian, Birmingham, Alabamian clients out of
Mm-hmm.
all my clients. That's the lowest. That's like in the lowest 10%. And it's
Mm-hmm.
always been like that. Your city is not going to support you. They're gonna tell you how proud they is of you. They're gonna send it in your story because they don't want to put it on your post because they don't want the other people in your city to
That's
know that they
shady.
clapping for you. And that's just being real. You know what I'm saying? I have, clients all over the southeast region and on the east coast. International speaker. Do you think I care? You know? So it's like you gotta think outside your city. I don't care if I get 20 likes on a post. That insight says that I reach 1.4K or 3K or 5K. They saw it. You know what I'm saying? People see your stuff. Everybody is not going to clap for you out loud. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep watching, they're gonna keep watching. But at the end of the day, all that matters is the clicks that turns into the cash. Okay?
That part.
Don't worry about these people at home, y'all. It's a whole big old world out here. It's a whole big old United States and a whole wide world.
Don't worry
So
about it.
get you a designer that's going to translate your website into multiple different languages. And you know what I'm saying? Go from there. Google Translate, whatever you need to do. But you do not have to remain local.
I
Okay?
like that. That's interesting. I'm glad you said that too because I started to put my I started having my assistants to put my context for my captions of my flyers in English and Spanish because everything else is in English and Spanish. My mobile app is in English and Spanish. People can convert my website from English and Spanish. We have Spanish or Latino clientele. I don't know what's the, you know,
Right.
politically right way to say it. Whatever,
Right.
right? People that speak Spanish.
Right.
Period. Right. And
Period.
so we're able to do those things because we want to expand our brand reach. And I think a lot of
Yeah.
times people don't think about that. They're just looking at, oh, like we said, man, listen, yesterday we was coming up with a concept and this before after this, we're gonna play the game and we're gonna roll out. But we came up with a concept about skating and we was like, I was like, don't put black on it because it's not just black girls that want to go skating. Like, so stay tuned for what we're talking about with the skating thing. But we just came up with a concept and I was like, don't call it black something because it's other people that might want to join us. And it's like, even with, I could use, for example, the yoga instructors that came with us to Tennessee, Black Girl Stretch, right? And now they're like, well, it wasn't it wasn't excluding anyone, but it was more for black people to understand, hey, we do yoga too. And I
Right.
understood when she explained the concept, but if I'm a white woman or Hispanic woman, I'm not initially clicking on black girl stretch
Right.
because it's
I'll
not
be a little reluctant to.
exactly. That's just like if somebody had white girl stretch. You like, all right, this for white girls. This white only
Right.
pie. I mean, I can't do that. It's
All
making
right.
you feel like I can't do that. It's making you feel like I can't do that because you're narrowing it down saying black. Or even like when on Instagram, for example, and they ask you to choose what type of business you have and showing that you a black owned business. You don't know if somebody wants to support you because you're a black owned business, right? Money is green. It doesn't matter if you own a black owned business or not. It's a matter of you own a business. You see what I'm saying? So everything doesn't have to be centered around your gender,
Yeah.
not
Exactly.
nationality, anything like your race. It doesn't have to be centered around what it is that you're doing. All right.
Right.
So wrap this up, to pivot and wrap this up. Let's play our favorite game, of course. Favorite game is, y'all know it, this or that. So if you're interested in coming to Wealth Development Summit, y'all know, go to the link in our bios and y'all can grab y'all tickets there. But Bree, you know what this or that is. You played it before. Got some different questions this time though. So
Man.
this or that, y'all can play too in the audience that's listening. Drop it in the comments. All right. So for this or that, you have to choose one. You have to be decisive. It has to come off the dome. You can't think about it. You can't tell me why. You can't say it's both of them. It gotta be off the dome, immediate. All right. Y'all ready? All right.
No.
You ready? You ready? Because I said you.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. So first off, podcast or playlist,
Podcast.
slides or tennis,
Slides.
beef or pork,
Beef.
beach or cold, like snow,
Beach.
beach or snow,
Beach. I don't like this
um,
slushy shit.
fruits or vegetables,
Fruit.
dogs or cats. I knew you were gonna say dog.
Dogs.
Shout out to Gumbo.
Okay.
Winter or summer,
Summer.
cash or card,
Card.
cookies or chips.
Cookies.
You hesitated a little bit. You might like
Yeah.
chips.
I like you too,
Juice or water,
Water.
farm or city,
City.
call or text,
Text.
FaceTime or call,
FaceTime.
new phone or new clothes,
Ooh, no
new phone or
clothes.
new clothes, new
New
clothes. Okay,
clothes.
I see it. I see a Shein cart in the near future.
It's one already there.
Gotta have a Shein cart on deck. You just never know where you gotta go at.
You know what I'm
All right,
saying?
driver or passenger seat, passenger seat princess.
Passenger.
Okay.
Passenger. I hate driving.
You a road
I
legend though.
hate
Stop
driving
playing.
local. Let me say that. I like to drive on the highway, but I hate
Okay,
driving local.
that makes sense. All right, laptop or tablet.
Laptop.
I'm the phone person. I always be like,
Yeah, we
"Can you send it
know.
to my phone?" You be like,
I hate it.
you on the phone?" You be looking at me like, "You on the phone? Like, how you do that on your phone?" Because I'm the computer.
Hey.
She is glued to the hip about a laptop, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
All right, comedy or horror,
Comedy.
liquor or wine.
I'm a wine now. I'm a wine
Girl,
now.
please.
She
She
I'm
lied,
a
y'all.
wine. No, I'm a wine now because liquor it just don't do right with me no more. It's the recovery time for me.
I think everybody that's over 30 can agree with that. Like everybody that's over 30 been complaining about alcohol, but we still be going out
Mhm.
there and drinking it. I ain't gonna
It
lie. Okay.
still do. I don't
Still
get
got
it.
us in the chokehold, especially the
I
Casa.
got a half a bottle of whiskey in there left over from my birthday this weekend, and
Not whiskey.
I
Not
look at
whiskey.
it with disgust.
You made 30 or 60 because I don't know nobody in their 30s. 40s.
But
No,
we
ma'am.
was in Birmingham, Alabama, my folks' country. I got a half a bottle of whiskey. Okay.
You can't say whiskey, bro. No way. All right.
Yes.
Netflix and chill or dine in. Like, take me out on a date.
Netflix and chill.
Okay. Movies or TV shows.
Movies.
Android or iPhone.
iPhone.
Pancake or waffle.
Ooh, waffle. Waffle.
Sun or snow.
Son.
Love or money.
Money.
Okay, weave. We going curly or straight.
Curly.
Trucks or cars.
Truck.
Weekends or weekdays.
Weekdays.
Family or friends.
Friends.
Ooh, all right. One more. This the drum roll. Respect. You want to be respected or feared?
Respect. I ain't
For
gotta
sure.
fear me.
So, so last question. Please sum up one word to explain entrepreneurship, like where you are right now. Like I know last time we talked and you said accessibility, but that was how you felt about entrepreneurship. I mean, one word to close this session to say what entrepreneurship means to you right now in this season.
That's a good question. I see how you left it at the end. Oh man, that's hard. That's real hard. I love the freedom. Like I just above all else, I'm just gonna have to say the freedom. Freedom. Um and I guess if we want to replace that word, we can say flexibility. I like the flexibility of entrepreneurship. Um because even if there's like downs with it, you have the flexibility to regroup and come back and try it again. Like it's you can go get you a certification and pop out and be 10 times better. Like, they say when women break up with men or go through a breakup, they go and get degrees. If things don't work out in your business, go get you a certification.
Go
You
take
know
a
what I'm
step back,
saying?
hire a
Do
coach, get
some
the blueprint,
personal and professional development. The
development. Oh, yes,
flexibility of that is amazing. Because even in my lows, I would go, let me find me somebody like Cornell universities or somebody's
I'm glad you say that too.
entrepreneurship.
My Cornell course start today, and I keep on.
Yeah, I
I was
love it.
adamant about not going back to school. I don't want to learn
Yeah, I
another.
was too, but that program really, really good. Like
It is
they give you so many different resources. And even though I did that I got that certification like year before
2 years
last.
ago.
Yeah, and they
Mhm.
still send me grant information. They send me workshop opportunities, and they just promote professional development. So,
Yes,
um, like I said, overall flexibility of being able to be a part of my social life, professional life, whatever. I like the flexibility of entrepreneurship. If I wanted to just go off and have a vacation for a week or two, I can do that because I have systems
right.
in place that allow me to be flexible, and still have marketing, strategies that are planned and scheduled so that I can still regain customers and attract or whatever. But I think I also like the flexibility of the fact that like I don't have to promote. Like I don't. And like I said before, I'm under 2K followers and I've maintained a lifestyle and I'm comfortable and I get my clients even without posting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's a kind of low key of flex. You under
That's a flex.
2K and
It's
you
high key
get
a
your
flex.
business off referrals. Like
That's
I can post
high
once a
key a
week.
flex
Yeah,
when
I
you
can
don't have
post
to
once
market
a week
and
and
they'll
still
come
meet
to
my
you.
sales goals. So I like the flexibility of that because
I love it.
we are tired of social media. So you just got to figure out what your marketing strategies are and where your audience is so that you can have that flexibility. Because I have 8-figure clients that aren't on social media at all. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They have a social media page, but we don't post on there anymore because they
Hmm.
utilize their marketing elsewhere because that's where
Elsewhere.
their clients are. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
once you figure that out, you capitalize on it and you hit the ground running.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you coming on and having this conversation about how to get to the commas. Tell everybody where they can follow you.
You can find me at Iconic Minds Inc. down here at the bottom right now. Our 30% off sale is going on into the rest of June or until all the slots are filled. That's 30% off business solutions, your marketing, your brand identity. It does exclude our booking. However, our booking fees do go towards the service. So if you book your consultation now and then before the month end, you can get your service still for under 30% off plus the deduction from the booking fee. Um, we also have I didn't even say nothing about that. The remake of our brand beginnings booklet. Oh, here we go. So me and Dricka collaborated on this book like three
Oh, like
three years ago.
maybe
But this
four?
book has always been like a bestseller for us. Brand beginnings. You can't even see the blur. But whoop, there I go.
Yeah,
Brand
we see it.
beginnings. And in this booklet, it literally helps you structure your foundation, your brand image, all the things that we talked about on tonight. The new edition will be dropping this month. So I would say hit the link in our bio, go subscribe because I will be releasing the new version and the physical copies will be here July 1st. The tax version, we are gonna be working on that. So, yes, the re-release of the tax edition will be coming out soon as well. So, yes, go subscribe, go shop, holla at your girl, iconicminds.biz/home or iconicminds.net. Holla.
Yes, ma'am. So thank y'all so much for tuning in and joining us on another episode of Convos podcast. Today's guest co-host was Bree Chester. I appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure y'all go tap in with her if you need any help with marketing, PR, or strategies to grow your business. She can also help with advertising. I'm not sure if she still does the social media management piece, but just go to her website, iconicminds.biz. But we definitely are grateful for you guys listening in and tapping in, and of course playing the this or that game with us. That's always fun. But Bree, I'll see you next week. And again, happy
Yes.
birthday! Happy
Thank
birthday!
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see y'all
You're
next week.
welcome. Thank you.
I'm excited.